Once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. And before I get into this afternoon's story, if you will, y'all jump in the comment section. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. Let me know your city, your state, your hood, your set, whatever it may be that you represent. Let us know if you're the man or the woman that you say you be. I'm going to just keep it all the way real with you all. And I try to come into the video with positive energy. I'm not in the best of moods today. Just not, man. Yet we have another one. We have another officer that's unalived a black man. I got certain people, not all, because I got a lot of people that really rock with the channel and really, but I get so sick and tired of hearing people say, come on, kids, it's 2025. You still on that racism stuff, man. You need to let it go, man. You're not black. Okay, that's just the only way that I can put it, man. We're going to get it all out on the table today. You're not black. So you can't speak for things that you don't know about. You can't speak for things that you have no clue what it is to endure. Now, here it is. You got a situation, and I will pin this video in the comment section. Here it is. You have a couple that's arguing. Actually, it wasn't a couple. It was a father and son. I'm not sure if it was a stepson or, I don't know what the situation is, but it was a father and son, and they were having a disagreement. They were arguing back and forth as though these sort of things never, ever happen. It got to the point to where the mother, she was trying to calm the situation, and she couldn't. So I'm going to call 911. I'm going to call the police. I was going to say I'm going to call the cops, and I was thinking cops and police at the same time. But nevertheless, you get the point of what I was trying to get across. I'm going to call the authorities. Johnny Law. She calls, and I guess she has second thoughts, and she hangs up. Well, the 911 dispatch looks at that as, okay, we have to follow up on that. Someone calls and the phone goes dead. We don't know if the person was in grave danger, if the call just dropped, or somebody snatched the phone from her, or they changed their mind, whatever the case may be. 911 dispatch was able to call back and get in touch with the woman they called. She lets the dispatcher know that, my son and, my boyfriend, my husband, whatever, they're arguing back and forth or whatever. And they immediately send an officer out. They don't send 2 officers, 3 officers, 4 officers. They send 1 officer out. Shortly before the officer gets there, the lady says that somebody in this house has a gun and somebody's going to end up going to jail. Something of the sorts. The dispatcher heard that, and she relayed this message to the officer. The officer pulls up at the address, doesn't call back up. If he does call back up, he doesn't wait on backup. He goes into this house unannounced. Totally unannounced. He doesn't say, this is police, what's going on, or whatever. None of that. He enters the home. When he enters the home, he sees the male, it was a male figure, and he had a black object in his hand. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. Pow, 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 pow. 5, 6 shots immediately. Right off top, immediately. Started firing at the dude, man. Hits him. After he does so, there's no empathy. There's no sympathy. There's no trying to immediately render aid. There's no immediately calling 911. There's kids in the house. The girl's in the house. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that? The individual that got shot was trying to tell the officer, it's not a gun. It's not a gun. Officer sees a black object. Again, never even announced himself coming in the house. The dude didn't even know that this officer was even coming into the home. Laying dead on the floor, man. On the ground. Again, there was no form of it's like when you see these officers shoot a person, right? Whether they black, white, or whatever, it's like you just shot them. There's no, okay, let me try to render aid. Let me try to, get some help here. It's just like, Move away from the gun. Move away from the gun. The young lady's pleading. It's not a gun. It's not a gun. He's yelling at the kids. He's yelling at... And oftentimes when people say, certain people say, you know who you are. Certain people say, well, learn to listen to what the officers say. I agree with that. But how can you listen coherently when an officer is screaming at the top of his lungs? Get away from the gun. And he's pointing a weapon at you. Man, you scared as hell. But see, you all certain people don't never have to endure these sort of things. So you will never know. I don't give a fuck if you unfollow me. I don't give a fuck if you unsubscribe. I don't care. I'm going to speak my piece. Because this is Real Kens TV. And racism is stronger than ever in 2025, about to be 26. You got these punk ass police officers. Kens, you don't like authority. You're damn right I don't. I don't like the people who's I guess in charge, who's you know what I mean? The people that are in place, that are put in place in authority. No, I don't. Because guess what they are? Klansmen. Only difference is you remove the white hoods, the white robes, you give them a badge, and put a blue or black uniform on them. And give them a license to kill black people. A license to kill anybody. You see it too much. This thing happens over. They don't care about cameras. See, that's what lets you know that they really, really, real life racist. Even though you got body cameras on, even though you know there's surveillance everywhere, just in this world that we live in, there's cameras everywhere. Your mind blanks out, or you just don't care about that. Because your whole goal, like on the Django, our whole goal is come over this hill and to kill a nigger. And that's how these racist son bitches are, man. It's happening too much. Too much. So once the people get there and they get to investigating and, things of that nature, they doing police work, they come to define or realize rather that the so-called the black object that he had in his hand when he got a gun, he's firing. They say, this is what they say, his I guess the chief or the captain or whoever it was that did the interview in the video that I pinned, but they all take up for each other. They all take up for each other. He said it was in the form of a gun, but it was actually a lighter. So the officer did what he was supposed to do because it was an imminent threat. How are you in your home? Police come in. You don't even know the police is in the house. You have this in your hand. I understand the police officer doesn't... I'm not even going to say that, but let's just say he was a good officer. Which none of them are good to me. None of them are good with me. But let's just say this person was trying to do the right thing or whatever. And you see this person does have a gun. He never pointed it at you. He never aimed it at anybody else. In fact, he was trying to tell you, no, this is not a gun. And you fired on him 5 or 6 times, man. You got all these racist people in the comment section. And he did a good job. Great work, police officer. Wait. This is the world that we really, really live in, man. Protect yourself at all costs. I don't give a fuck if you on parole. Protect yourself at all costs, because I'm going to protect me and mine. What's the saying? Rather be judged by 12 opposed to carried by 6. You better protect yours, because you got some evil, cruel people in this world, man. Do what an officer says when an officer pulls you over. Man, fuck that. Yeah, I'm going to pull over when I get in somewhere that's lit. But if I'm on a dark road and ain't nobody around, nah, man. Nah. I'm not going to go on no high-speed chase or anything like that, but I'm going to go to a gas station where it's people at, and it's lights, and even that, they'll kill your black ass, man. Yeah, I'm probably not going to, get monetized on this video, but guess what? I don't give a fuck. I'm so sick of this shit, man. They act as though they don't get in arguments with their spouse. Everything is not okay, honey, just calm down. Okay, honey, just, baby, okay. But that's the image that they portray. First of all, you should have announced yourself when you came into the home. It was just an argument. But you didn't do that. You were told that this individual may have a weapon, a firearm, but you didn't. There was no backup. There was no plan in place. You go inside, man, and you take that man's life for what? Because you could. And just to see the interview of this, his superior just backing him, just disgusting, man. I mean, that's just something that's just like, you're watching it and it's just like, wow. But then again, at this point, should it be wow? Should it be? Could it be? Black people, don't call 911, man. Unless it's something that's just vital to where somebody's definitely, you have to, absolutely must, don't do it, man. Because somebody's probably going to end up in a body bag, man. When it doesn't even have to be that. Once again, as though some people, most people, nobody gets in arguments. The conversation never gets elevated, gets a little loud. I'm not talking about someone getting physically assaulted or anything, because I don't agree with that whatsoever. But I'm saying nobody ever gets into arguments. That's why I can't stand Michael Jordan to this day, man. Can't stand him. Can't stand his black ass. Yeah, he was my favorite basketball player at the time. But when this whole Breonna Taylor situation and George Floyd, how you going to donate $1 million to the police department? Well, he was just doing it so they could get better trained. They get trained. But you can't train this. That's the heart. And their heart is what causes them to do what they do. How you going to train a woman? In this particular case, it was a woman. Dude's on his back. Google it. Dude's on his back, cuffed. Yeah, he's squirming. Cuffs is tight as hell. You got 5 or 6 officers around, yelling and screaming. And because you're saying he's resisting, but he's on his back with 5 or 6 officers with his hands behind his back, once again in cuffs, and you pull your gun out and shoot the man in the back and say that you thought it was a motherfucking taser. And get 2 years. See, that's the problem. They don't give these officers, even when they do get convicted, which is rare, they don't treat them the same way as they treat us. Now, when I say us, I'm speaking about everybody. Do something to an officer and see what happens. It's going to be a manhunt on your ass. Black, white, green, purple, Mexican, Chinese, it don't even matter. Do something to an officer. It's going to be a manhunt on you. They do something to you, guess what? The officer, he was just doing his due diligence. He was doing his job. Take the Robert Brooks situation. Black man. He was in a jail in New York. Forget what part of New York. I don't know if it was Brooklyn, I don't know. But I forget. Just Google it. Robert Brooks. If you don't know, most people should know already. This man sitting on the table, man, with his hands behind his back. Once a fucking again. You got these punk-ass correctional officers that beat him to death. Literally to death. Unalive. Unalive. I don't know how many people in the room. You had nurses, you had officers, you had a bunch of staff. It's at least, from what I can recall, 10, 12 people in the room. Then people walking in and out of the room. Imagine picking up a rag doll. Imagine picking up a rag doll and you just slamming it around and tossing it around, kicking it and hitting it and spitting on it and doing everything. And the rag doll can't fight back. That's what they did to this man. It's racist ass motherfucking punk bitch made correctional officers that think they so tough. That's why I hate they guts. Can't stand them. Beat this man to death. Sergeants walked in, didn't say anything. Never intervened, never said, hey, y'all stop. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know why? Because they're so used to doing it. They're so used to covering it up. They're so used to having each other's backs and getting away with it. But this was the one time that they didn't get away with it. I think you had one officer, I don't know the ins and outs of the case, but I think you had one officer that, no, my body cam was working. Like the rest was trying to, influence everybody to say, hey, our cameras was off or whatever the case may be. I don't know if it was a body cam, I don't know, but everybody wasn't with it. First of all, man, that man's family should get $500 million. From the jail, the city, New York, whatever, $500 million minimum. Beat that man to death with his hands behind his back. You a coward, man. If you want to fight, let's fight, man. Let's fight. Even if y'all want to jump me, let's fight. But at least don't have me cuffed up. I'm in Kentucky. A lot of times, man, they send you to them the eastern part of Kentucky, the mountains, them hills. Ain't a lot of black people there. A lot of people that's working at them jails depend on them jobs. You supposed to be going to the penitentiary. Nah, they're going to send you to what's called a Class D facility. Meaning that we can hold you here in the county jail. We don't have to send you to prison. If you have less than, I think at the time, less than 24 months to see the parole board or serve out. We no longer have to send you to prison. We keep you in the county jail. And they send you to these racist ass jails up in the eastern part of Kentucky. Shout out to my boys in the holler. So I done met some good dudes up there. I'm not saying everybody's like that, but there's a lot that are. I've seen it. I almost got it, but I know how to kind of play my part, man. So I can't necessarily say I almost got it, but I could have gotten it. When people will come in and spray you with that burr spray in your face. They don't walk around with just regular mace. It's burr spray, man. The size of motherfucking fire extinguishers. Your hands already be behind your back. You got these big gorillas that come in, man. 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 300 pounds, 360. It's 4 of them. I don't care how well you can fight. You're not whooping them. Chuck Norris or some motherfucking body. Gonna beat you up, get your hands, drag you out of the cell, throw you in the hole, spray you with that burr spray, beat you up, leave you in the hole. No phone calls, no letters, no visits, no nothing. Till you heal up. See, this sort of behavior has been going on. And this is the thing that we've been trying to tell people for years, but nobody believes it. Nobody wants to believe it. They're just inmates. Don't break the law. Man, just because you break the law, it's not a good thing to break the law. Don't mean that you're supposed to lose your life. Man up. You so tough, take these cuffs off. Let's get it. Me and you. Let's get it. If you want to fight, let's fight. Take these cuffs off, bitch. I remember my last time down, man. I should have came home probably at least a year earlier. We were walking from medical or somewhere. It was like 5 or 6 of us. And so you had an officer that was escorting us from medical back to the dorm, which I don't even know why, because for what? We can escort ourselves. Y'all got cameras everywhere. It's Fort Knox, man. Well, where we going to go? What we going to do? have a tendency sometimes to drag my feet when I walk. And I still work on that to this day. And we got these boots on, these black Bob Barker boots. So I guess I'm dragging my feet on the ground. Maybe the bitch-made officer was in a bad mood that day. Turns around, walks up to me. You pick your feet up, inmate, when you walk. I was like, what? You heard what I said. Pick your feet up when you walk, inmate. I was like, fuck you, bitch. You little bitch. Signal 7 in the unit. Signal 7 in the unit. Gets on this little walkie-talkie or whatever. Calls a signal 7, meaning that there's a problem. Inmates being combative. You was just tough. What you calling a signal 7 for? Little 23-year-old punk. Did 45 days in the hole, and guess what? If I could do it again, I'd probably slap the shit out of him. I'm on one today, man. Y'all rock with me. I'm going to lose a lot of subscribers today, but I don't give a fuck. If you real, you real. If you fake, you phony. As I was saying, man, these officers been taking advantage, been beating inmates, black inmates, white inmates. But they cover up for each other. Even with the cameras, they still try to cover up. How does this individual say that this dude was justified in doing so? But let's get back to Robert Brooks. Because they all correlate. It's all the same. You got one officer, I think he ended up getting 22 years. He was like, I guess, the main one. How you only get 22 years? You gonna go up for parole at some point. How do you only kill one of them sons of bitches and see if you get 22 years? Then the other ones got like 3 to 9s. One got 2 1/3 to 7. I'm trying to make it make sense, but I'm just having a hard time doing so. If me and you go in a building, a business, a house, whatever the case may be, me, you, and 3 others. Let's just say it's 5 of us. 3 go in, 1 stays on the outside watching out as the lookout person, and the other one is down the street in the car. And then you got another one that sets the whole thing up or just tells us about the situation. So it's a total of 6 people. 1 gets caught, 2 get caught, or whatever you tell on everybody else. It's 6 people indicted, charged. You got the person that's driving, or maybe the person that set it up. It's not going to get as much time. They're going to get some time. The person that's driving, kind of hit and miss. Somebody gets unalived. It's a robbery. It's a crime that goes down, and somebody gets unalived. And that somebody that gets unalived happens to be a police officer. Correctional officer. Correctional officers ain't nothing but wannabe police officers. They bitch ass just couldn't be police officers. So now, please don't. I'm in my feelings today. There are some cool correctional officers. So if you're not one of those, please don't be offended by what I'm saying. Because I've seen some cool correctional officers just there to get their money, get their check, and go home. They don't bother nobody. They don't. I get it. I'm talking about the overbearing sons of bitches that do anything they can do to move up in the company or the Department of Corrections or the jail, whatever, and treat inmates like just straight dirt simply because they can. Lie on them, plant stuff, physically assault them, verbally assault them. Those are the ones that I'm speaking of. They beat that man Robert Brooks to death, and he got 22 years. Like I said, a few of them got 3 to 9. 3 to 9 means you do a minimum of 3 years, no more than 9. One got 2 1/3 to 7. All of them was out on bail. Y'all blatantly was just mutilated this man. And the judge and the prosecution, y'all give them bail? P. Diddy was having orgies, and he's a threat. He's a danger to the community. But these people blatantly killed a black man, and they get bail. I'm trying to understand it. I don't think anybody can ever really make me understand that. Let me tell you about these three hillbillies that I seen. I couldn't watch no more. They lawyers is up there defending them. You know, despite what we seen on the video, he's a family man and he's ties to the community. He goes to church and you know, he's a father and an uncle and a great devoted husband. And the fuck? Did we not just watch the same video? This dude's a killer. Man, I cried when I watched that Robert Brooks video, man. I cried. And they went to trial. Bet it wasn't a black person on that jury. I bet it wasn't. I'm going to look it up. I bet it wasn't a black person on that jury. Because they don't put us, they say that we're more empathetic towards each other. You damn right we are. You damn right we are. Fuck you mean. Many years we've been getting thrown in prison for shit we didn't do, overcharged. You motherfucking right we are. Put me on a jury. He's not guilty. Sir, have 27 eyewitnesses. He's not guilty. But, sir, his DNA is up. Not guilty. But, sir, there's a camera, and it clearly shows him he's not. I'm not convinced. Now, take that with you. Y'all been getting away with it for years. OJ beat that case. Everybody was so happy. It wasn't about people thought he was innocent. Just for years, man. They beat Rodney King down right there in the streets of L.A. Right there on camera. What happened? Nothing. He was resisting. Man, there's 15 of you motherfuckers with billy clubs. Guns, stun guns. He's cuffed. He was resisting. We were afraid. These billies, they're going to go to the penitentiary in New York. And they're going to be protected. They'll be put in, protective custody, and that ain't going to save you. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your... They coming. They coming for you. You best believe they coming. Protective custody is not going to save you. You got black officers, too. Then you got some white officers that's cool than a motherfucker that feel like, nah, I'm not feeling that. I'm going to just crack these doors, man. I forgot to lock the door, man. You see they got, what's his name, George Chauvin or whatever, that killed George Floyd. See, they stabbed his bitch ass up. They going to get you. They going to get you. Y'all tough though, right? Y'all tough, so you should be able to handle the environment of the penitentiary, the New York penitentiary, state pen. Yeah, y'all good. y'all good. They gonna get you. They gonna get you. You best believe one thing for certain, two things for sure. Them niggas up in there, they seen that. They see what you did to Rob. They gonna get you. Penitentiary, man. The lions, tigers, and bears, gorillas, goons, goblins. This dude don't want any trouble. Yeah, all right. You don't want no trouble. Trouble wants you. This officer that just shot this gentleman, they're already laying the foundation of him not being charged, because they're going to say that the suspect had an object in his hand that appeared to be a weapon. He told him to drop the weapon. Watch the video. I watched the video over and over before I did this video. You didn't even give the man an opportunity to drop the weapon. You came in and just firing on the motherfucker, man. They trying to help him get away from the gun. Not a care in the world that it's a man lying on the floor, breathing his last breaths. You know, the best thing to do is when a police officer pulls you over, yes sir, no sir. That's the best thing to do. That's how I handle the situation. Because the whole goal is to make it home. But even sometimes when you do that, not only are you not going to make it home, you're not going to make it from the stop, the traffic stop. Or in this case, they came to the home. See, people say, when was this ever stop? When will this ever possibly stop? This never going to stop. It's only going to get worse, man. You don't got to have no hellified credentials to be no officer, no correctional officers, none of that shit, man. I realized about anger management and just anger issues, period. People's anger, because I'm in anger management right now. And I don't even feel like I have an anger problem, but there's a reason that I jumped into class. But I listen to people and they talk about how their anger issues, when they get angry, they're impulsive. Nothing else even matters other than that target, that person that they're angry with. Had one girl say, man, she shot somebody that didn't even have nothing to do with it. He was just trying to calm her down. Like, hold on, miss, just... And shot him because she was trying to get to the person that she was really, really trying to shoot. See, people, when they're angry, they're not thinking. And that's what these officers do. That's why when the outside looking in, they say, well, why would they do that knowing that there's cameras on them? Why would they do that knowing that? Because their mind is their anger. They don't like blacks. Yeah, they're sworn in. Who gives a fuck about you being sworn in? You swear me in the court all day long. You promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Yeah. I so solemnly swear, man, fuck you, fuck the truth. Damn near gotta stay in the house, but even staying in the house is just proving that ain't even gonna, you know what I mean? That's not even gonna keep you safe, man. And so, you coming at me on this old kids, ain't no more racism, man, I'm gonna just delete you from my channel. I don't wanna hear it. I don't wanna hear it, man. Because it definitely is. It definitely is. Not to say that things don't happen to white people or other races. I'm not saying that. But it happens to us at a higher rate. Happens to white people more because there's way more white people in this world. So obviously it's going to happen more because they're vastly outnumber black people. But at the rate that it happens with us, you can't even get pulled over without, you might not even drive away. And you haven't done anything. If you ask me to give you my license and I reach to give it and you shoot me, guess the only thing what you have to say is, he reached. I was afraid. But if I don't give you my license, you're going to yank me out of the car and say I was resisting and probably shoot me outside of the car. So what is a person to do? I'm at a loss for words, man. Just thinking about all the senseless deaths and murders by them boys in blue. And it didn't have to be that. And then they don't even get that much time. They don't even get that much time for it. And that's why they continuously do it. Why don't they get the death penalty like y'all give it to us? Why don't they get life sentences like y'all give it to us? Because they go to trial and a black on the jury. Prosecution has empathy. Jurors have empathy, sympathy. Judge has empathy, sympathy. And they walk away 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, 12 years. But if it's one of us, man, 100 years. Give a nigga 100 years, man. They money launder millions. Take elderly people's last money to where they get thrown out of their homes and have to go stay in the nursing homes and millions and millions. Guess how much time they get? 4 years in the feds, 6 years in the feds. I'm sick of it, man. Marching and all that shit, man. That shit don't work, man. That shit don't work. As soon as we get on the front lines, yeah, those people are violent. That's exactly what we're talking about. They're violent. I would just implore any of you all, anybody, whether you're black, you're white, especially if you're black, police pull you over, just yes sir, no sir, just try your best, man, to make it home, man. Don't argue with them billies, because they just looking for a reason to unalive you. Looking for a reason. Oh, they got it. He was acting nervous. Yeah, I'm nervous. You got me pulled over. It's 5, 6 of y'all. Y'all got these bright ass lights on. Y'all white, I'm the black. Yeah, I'm nervous. Yeah, police is not the good guys. See, a lot of people, the police, they're our friends. The police is not the good guys. Yeah, they'll help you out from time to time, and you got some people that are correctional officers or police officers or whatever that don't indulge. But guess what? Let me ask you all something. If you part of an organization, you part of a group, right? And they're doing things to little kids. Not everybody, but certain ones are doing things inappropriately to little kids. But you don't indulge whatsoever. Are you just as guilty? Because you're a part of that organization? Or do you hang your hat on the fact of, well, I didn't do anything to the kids? In my eyes, you just as guilty. You rocking with them. You protecting them. Thing about it, we don't even there's so many things that goes on that we don't even hear about. What's the next time? What's the next story we gonna hear? What is the next story we gonna hear about? An unarmed black man, white man, that's typically who it is, maybe a Mexican, getting killed by the police, man, for no reason. I could see if the dude upped on the officer and pointed at him. Well, obviously, yeah, I didn't know it was a lighter. I didn't know that, even though you still should have announced yourself. But the man wasn't even pointing it at you. Or no one else. Robert Brooks, what did he do wrong? He sat on the table with his hands behind his back, and y'all beat that man and kicked him and stomped him and threw him down and beat him to where he was unalive with your bare hands. And y'all don't even get that much time. Never apologized to the family. Never gave a statement. My actions, I know that there's nothing that I could say this court today, but I do want to condone, give my deepest condolences. My actions were totally nothing. And these dudes get 3 to 9, man. That was a cold-blooded murder, man. They giving 3 to 9. You gonna get that if you get caught with a gun in New York. Get caught with a little work, couple ounces of crack, man. They ready to give a nigga 30 years. Prayers to all the families, man. Somebody that lost somebody at the hands of these Klansmen officers and correctional officers, because they all the same to me, man. Real Kids TV, man. We doing the Thanksgiving meal. We're doing it actually tomorrow instead of Thursday. Whole lot of things just didn't, well, one thing in particular didn't go right. We're just gonna do pizzas and chips and drinks, and we're gonna do it on Wednesday instead of Thursday. I already got the spot. I got to forgive me because I'm just torn, man. I'm torn, man. But yeah, this Thanksgiving meal, man. If you can donate, $ KENZ1000, $ KENZ1000. That's my Cash App. I have Venmo too. Phone number is 859-697-7676. 859-697-7676. We've gotten some nice donations or whatever, but the more the merrier. We're trying to feed as many people as we possibly can. Our goal is to feed everybody that comes up to that table. I'd hate to get the person 97, 98. We out of food. If you can donate, cool. Appreciate it. No donation is too small, and of course none is too large. Got $5, $2, $1, cool. $20, cool. $100, cool. $300, $500, $1,000, whatever you can donate, man. Every dime is going to feeding the homeless, man. There is no me keeping anything or nothing of the sorts. Give people a boost in life. Never know. Something as small as this may be what people need to kind of push them over the edge and give them that motivation to get out and do something and try it again. First, you don't succeed, guess what? Try again, man. Put yourself back together and try again. $ KENZ1000. That's my Cash App, man. It's going down tomorrow, so y'all see this video tonight. Send that if you're able. However much we have is the order we're going to put in for the pizzas tomorrow. If we got to go back and get some more chips and drinks and whatever the case may be. Trying to get the news out there. Not sure if they're coming or not. I have spoken with them, or I've been in communication with them. They said that it's a story that they would like to cover, but you just never know about the news because anything can happen. It's a bigger story in their eyes. But it's definitely going down tomorrow. Real Kids TV, man.